Hey, 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 everybody. Tonight I want to talk about a sensitive subject. It's one that plenty people have either unfortunately been exposed to it or they actually have been a victim of it. Um, and it's something that is real dear to me, even though I have never been a victim of domestic violence. My mother was. To see people losing their babies behind the hands of somebody that just can't walk away when something may not be working out. They actually think that they have the power and the right to take somebody's child's life because they no longer want to be with them, or because they did something that they do not approve of. Like, that's not your right. People, you just cannot think that it's okay for you to take somebody's life in your own hands because they're not living the way you want them to live. Like, how do you have to be wired to think that it's okay for you to end somebody else's life because of decisions that they have made on their own accord, or just because they're tired of you? They're tired of you being in their presence. They no longer want to be with you. Instead of you just moving on and living the rest of your life, you feel like it's okay to end theirs. But you know what? Three hots in a cot ain't even justice enough for that. Rest in peace to Alexis Garth. I did a video on Alexis Garth where I shared her mom. Her mom was on Facebook and she was talking about the situation with her baby, just talking about the events that led up to the demise of her child through the hands of someone that her child loved. And it was heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. And then this mother has to go on the internet and see people saying, free him, or um, prayers for him, or whatever, after he did this to her child. And then she has to hear the excuses of why. I was just listening to her live and I find myself just listening to her. You can see the hurt. And Miss Shanetta Garth, which is her mom, in her. She's a beautiful woman. She has beautiful daughters. And, in a blink of an eye, her life was turned upside down by the hands of a coward. The hands of someone who thought that they could play God. The hands of someone that just couldn't take rejection, or felt like they were so in control of her child and her child's life that they could take her child's life in their hands and decide to end it. When she said that she heard her child on the phone, when she put the phone down on speakerphone, and her child saying that the baby is a little baby, basically saying, why would you hurt the child? And then he say that I'm going to take you, the child, and myself. Like, can you imagine being a mother and you having to hear that? Like, your child has you on speakerphone and you have to hear this happening to your child. So you calling the cops because you feel like, okay, I'm too far to get to it, but I'm doing my best to get to it. But you're calling the cops, and while you're still jumping in your car to try to get to your baby and save your baby and your grandbaby. But you have to now, again, because you're too far, you feel like you're not gonna make it in time. You're gonna have to, hopefully the cops can make it in time. So now, can you imagine that ride? Just praying that you make it in time. You make it in time to save your baby. You make it in time to save your grandbaby from the hands of a coward, hands of someone that you probably that had in your home before, someone that you probably done broke bread with, somebody that you entrusted your child's life with. And this same person turn around and take their life. Like, I seen the baby had, I was going through Alexis's page and she had pictures of when they first got that home that she lost her life in front of. And she said, everybody basically said that everybody counted them out, but look where they are. They got this beautiful home. Like, the baby was so happy and felt so secure in this person. But you have to understand, Alexis is gone, and this is why it triggered me. She's gone, but do you understand the effects that that will have on that baby for the rest of her life? And I'm speaking from a child who mother was abused. It affected me. It affected me. And my mama, I wish to God that I could have stopped it from happening, but I was little. But it affected me in a way that it poured into my adulthood. It's hard for me with my relationship to even understand, like, if his voice even gets a little elevated, I'm straight on defense. I'm ready to fight, like, okay, because I'm determined not to allow him to abuse me, or not to make him think that he can abuse me. So I jump to the defense when that's not even what's in his mind. In his mind, he's just passionate about what he's saying. But in my mind, I go straight on defense mode. I'm ready to fight because I feel like I got to get you before you get me. And like I said, his mind don't even be there. But because of what I watched her go through, I'm automatically on the defense. And yes, a lot of people say, oh, yeah, they should leave. They should leave. Because I heard her mama mention that at one time he bit her, that baby, in her face. You know, this new society that we have, it promotes toxic behavior in relationships. You see so many young ladies and men, they'll post on Facebook and, like, if you ain't gonna love me like such and such, and the, like, if we can't be like I've actually heard people say we can't be like Krishan and Blueface. Like, what in the world? How could you be white? Why would you want to be like Krishan and Blueface? But in this generation, and this, genre of children, they think that's cute. They think the toxic behavior is cute, fighting on each other. And what people don't understand is that the truth of this, some of these, even these girls, really believe that's how you show them that you love them, by physically attacking them. They feel like, okay, if I do something and he don't beat me up about it, then he don't love me. Because they put that in the head. This society has fed to them that it's okay for a man to put his hands on you. Baby, it's never okay. It's never okay for a man to physically hit you. That's not love. Love does not hurt in that manner. And then you have a lot of women that they stay because of comfortability. They feel like, because usually before the hitting starts, what I noticed, and I'm just speaking from what I saw, before the hitting starts, they tear them down mentally. They make them think nobody else in the world gonna want you but me. I'm as good as it gets. So see, the mental abuse starts first. Then once they see they got them to where they at, then here comes the physical. And then the person stays and they endure because they really do genuinely love this person. And they start to believe the things that this person has told them. They have allowed this person to devalue them, to break their self-esteem. See, they allowed them to break them from the inside first before they started breaking them from the outside. They broke them down inside first. They strip even when they can get a positive, strong woman. So you got to be very careful, even when you're an alpha female, because a lot of them narcissists and women beaters, they come for the alpha males. Excuse me, the alpha females. And that's because, oh, okay, she's strong. I'm going to show her she ain't strong. It's never to actually love you correctly. That's never their agenda. It's to come in and tear you down to shreds, tear you down to nothing, and start to abuse you to make you feel like, okay, now I just want to show you that that woman has a place. See, it starts from, women have a tendency to, most of us love very, very, very hard. And once we allow a man in our heart, that's where he is. But we don't understand, sometimes once you allow him in, you allow the wrong people in your heart. And sometimes you allow them in there too fast. And understand, people say, okay, you could put a time frame on it. Don't y'all know people are very good at being deceivers? People are very good at being any and everything you want them to be, until they get you where they want you to be mentally, where they want you to be. When they get you to where they want you to be mentally, that's when they start the self-destruction. That's when they start to break you down from the inside out. That's when they start to devalue you and make you feel like you're worthless. But baby, you're worthy. You're never worthless. Nothing walking this earth is good enough for you to allow them to put their hands on you. I'll break you. Even if with the verbal abuse, you do not have to endure it. Understand the verbal abuse, once that starts, it gets worse. So it turns into the physical abuse. Understand the verbal abuse is there to tear you down mentally so that they can do the physical part of it. They trying to help you, is levels to it. And a lot of them are these narcissistic controlling men that start their, like I said, that main focus is to break you down, to get you where they want you to be so that they can tear you down. And we all know, like I said, there's a lot of services in place for battered women. We all know that. But y'all have to understand, even a lot of them that leave, like my mom went to battered shelters, but she always went back because, again, it's too deep. The programming is already too deep. It's internal. Because, see, it started with the mental demise. When you can't control your mind, you can't control anything. So a lot of times when these women go back, the mental has already been broken. So unfortunately, it requires more than a sister care or a shelter or something like. It takes more work than that. And then a lot of it is work. So a lot of these women don't have the energy to do the work to stay away. So they go back to what comes easy. They go back to what they already know. And where that is where this man is or where this woman is, because women can be abusers as well. And, like I said, a lot of people think it just be them, but that domestic violence affects the whole family, even when you have children. Of course, the victim is the person that's being abused, but that person victimizes everyone in that home, everyone in that family, because it, like I said, that baby, she'll live with that forever. She'll live with what she saw forever. But she seems like she has an amazing grandma that's going to work her tail off to help her heal. But it's still going to have times. That's just like me. In my old age, I still can envision times when I was a little girl and my mama was being abused. You know what? I still have, sometimes I'll pop up and have a dream out of nowhere. Where in the dream, I'm trying to help her. I'm trying to, fight him off for her. It's mental turmoil. That was a beautiful young lady whose life was cut way too short. Way too short by somebody she entrusted her life with. Like, I don't care what decision somebody make in life. And I'm not talking about her situation, I'm just saying in general. If a person decides to cheat on you, or you cheat on them, or they just decide they tired of being with you, or you're no longer what they want in life, move on. You don't have the right to take somebody's life because they made a decision for themselves. That's not your right. You move on and you leave people alone. Like, what kind of power do y'all really think you have over people where you can put your hands on somebody because they don't want to be with you no more? You can put your hands on somebody because you feel like, oh, she talked to me crazy or she was out of pocket. These are grown people. They don't need you to discipline them. If you're looking for somebody to discipline, work on self. Because when you got that type of mind frame, you the one that need to be disciplined. You the one that need to be critiqued. You don't need to be trying to critique nobody else. Stop trying to get with people to try to raise people. People are already raised. Don't nobody need nobody to raise them. People show you who they are from the beginning. So if that's the person if who they show you they are, it's not the person you want to be with, move on from the beginning. Ain't no koontoo or ding dong that doggone good that you're gonna stay with somebody just for that. And know that ain't nothing else about them that you like. So you want to try to beat it out of them or beat them till they conform to who you want them to be. It don't work like that. Seeing that yesterday and seeing that mother on live and that baby, she just having to see people, you could just imagine. And I hate when people do that. When you know that your loved one has done something like that and you get on the internet, oh, free him or her, free him or her. Are you serious? Are you serious? And I can understand that that's your loved one, but hold your loved ones accountable. Hold your loved ones accountable for the decisions that they make, even when it entails taking somebody else's life that did not deserve it, that did not do anything to deserve their life taken. I can't applaud stuff like that. I don't care who it is. Mother, brother, sister, cousin, daddy. It ain't happening. And my family, that's one thing my family know about me. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't that one, right or wrong, I'm standing with you. No, I'm not. Because I got a mind of my own, and I'm going to be responsible for the things that I think is okay. I'm going to be responsible for the things I allow in my space and the things that I applaud. God ain't gonna come to you and ask you about me. He gonna ask me about me. He gonna read my heart when I make decisions, not yours. So I'm not gonna live my life based off what somebody else feel like we can do. That's the main problem with this world now. Nobody holds their loved ones accountable. They quick to call somebody else out on their BS, but they won't hold their own loved ones accountable. That's doing the same stuff or worse. But you quick to have an opinion about somebody else. You can hold them accountable, but you can't hold your own accountable. You know, I found myself looking through that baby pictures and just looking on how happy she was. And her mama posted some videos today. I was going to do a video with the videos her mom posted, but then I thought, nah, they're a little too personal. Even though she put them on the internet, I just feel like, nah, but they were awesome to watch, y'all. Her and her daughter had an amazing relationship from the looks of those videos. They created amazing memories. And I know she looking back at those videos, probably crying her eyes out because a coward took that from her. How could you do that? Why would you do something like that? Women, love yourself enough, and men, to leave the first time. And like I said, I know those words are easier said than done, even when you have been around and dealt with the mental breakdown part of it. They've already tore you up mentally, so you don't even see yourself worthy no more. Baby, you are worthy. You were born in this world, a perfect image of God. You are a red diamond. Everybody has something special to offer to this world, baby. You do too. People can't add or subtract any value from you, baby. Only you do that to yourself. Please leave the first time. Save yourself and leave the first time. Don't think it's funny. It's not funny to be fighting and, calling you out your name all the time. Y'all, it's not funny. It's not cute. Leave the first time. Save yourself the turmoil. Save yourself. And never love anybody more than you love yourself. Because when you put yourself in those kind of risks, you loving that person more than you. It's okay to love people, y'all, but we have to stop loving people so much that we allow them to consume us. Because understand, this is an imperfect person just like you. And when you allow the wrong person to consume you, it will be to your demise. Put yourself first. And if you feel like something is off, or you feel like I'm just unhappy and I'm tired, and he calling you names, he worrying about, had bad as children, now he's saying you're fat, or he cheating constantly, and being disrespectful, all out being disrespectful with it, or making you feel like you the reason he cheat because, you done got too fat, or you done this about you, I don't like. Leave him right there. Because understand, there's another man out there waiting to love you properly. There's another woman out there that's waiting to love you properly. Because understand, sometimes we got to go through a couple of tests before we get to the right one. Sometimes you got to do a little sampling. Give yourself more sample time before you pick that permanent one. You got to go through a little sampling first. Give yourself time to sample and know that you ain't doing nothing wrong, because you don't want to end up in a situation with a man that you thought that was your forever, and he wasn't. He was just somebody that's supposed to be around temporary, or somebody you was just supposed to, y'all know. You were just supposed to, grown people, and get on through. She wasn't your forever. Too many women are losing their lives, y'all, behind loving the wrong person. We have to, as women, move more strategic. We have to start valuing ourselves more. We have to stop. And like I said, a lot of women that stay because they be the financial part of it. We be worrying about if our bills will still get paid. You know, a lot of us have children, so you feel like I gotta stay because I can't do it by myself. Start saying that you can. Turn your pain into power and know that you can. You don't have to be with a disrespectful man. You don't have to be with a man who make you feel less than. If he don't make you feel good every day, if he don't compliment you, he's not the one for you. If he don't make you feel more worthy, but like I said, he can't add or subtract any value to. But I'm just saying the words that come out of his mouth, if they don't make you smile, if when he hug you, your heart don't skip a beat, that ain't the one for you. I don't care how much you love him, baby. Follow your mind sometimes instead of your heart, because your heart will misguide you. Because see, the heart is pure, so it will misguide you sometimes, because you've allowed this person in there already to consume a weak vessel. Y'all, we just have to protect our daughters, protect, even our sons. Like, we have to protect them with everything in us. Sometimes we as parents have to step up and be their strength. And we try to stay out, even our grown kids, we try to stay out their business because we feel like, yeah, every time I say something to her or him, she tell me to mind my business, or she grown. I don't care. And she don't want to call the police. If you see him put his hands on you, call him. She'll be mad for a little while, but one day she'll thank you for it. We got to stop minding our business when we know our children are in domestic situations. And again, I'm not talking about that situation because I don't know how in the mom was, but I'm just talking about for me and everybody else. You call the police. We got too comfortable with our kids telling us they grown. They this. No, because if you leave here the damn all, that's my loss. Not that coward's. Not that coward's family. That's my loss. That's my grandbaby's loss. And you ain't in your right state of mind. So since you allow love to consume you and you done forgot who you are. Because when I brought you in this world, you was valuable. Since you done forgot with who you are, let me remind you. You gonna get rid of that coward, or he gonna originally leave you messing around with me because I'm gonna make sure of it. Because he gonna be held accountable anytime he raises his hands to you. It ain't gonna be no forgiveness on this end. What, baby? Why I'm screaming? Lonnie? Yeah. Why Lonnie screaming? Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. My baby walked in. I don't know. Go see. Go see, baby. I don't know. Look. Go look in the living room, Stinky. Like, y'all, we have to. Like, we start the beginning of a new year, a beautiful soul. It's gone. By the hands again of somebody that her family and her trusted. That's why I say sometimes it don't even be outside people that hurt you. It be the people that you love the most. Yes, baby. Go around there with mommy on YouTube, okay? I see your cookies. Oh, I love you so much. It be the ones that you love the most, y'all. It ain't always strangers. Watch the people around you. And not only if you're not in a relationship, watch everybody. Your relationships, your friendships, your frenemies. Watch everybody. Don't trust nobody. As far as you can see them. Even if they are trustworthy, still leave that little opening for self-doubt when it comes to the people that you're around. Because I done seen so many day ones their friends die at the hands of their day ones. Keep that little bit of space open, y'all. We got to stop allowing our love to consume us when it comes to people. Because like I said, we're imperfect, and everybody else is imperfect as well. And we got to start believing that. I don't care who they are to you. We got to start addressing and acknowledging that everybody's imperfect. And that at any point, somebody can flip. At any point, somebody can be somebody that you don't even know who they are. I never remember them being like that. We have to keep that part open, y'all. We have to do what we can to save our children and ourselves. Because any of our relationships can change. And a mug can wake up and think he finna play with you. Hey, Miss R, how you doing? Happy New Year. You know, it's just this is just a very sensitive subject. Hey, New Year. You love Miss R. Every time you hear Miss R, you say so. She said, "Hey, Miss R." She love you, Miss R. She ain't there every time she hear your name. That's all she gotta do is hear your name, and there she go. Y'all, we just have to, because it's just heartbreaking to see a mother bring in a new year and she won't get to spend the rest of it with her baby girl because at the hands of a man, at the hands of a man that her daughter loves. You know, it's just heartbreaking. Miss R said she love you. I love you too. She said she love you too. Y'all, it's just heartbreaking, and it broke my heart. I'm like, dang, a new year. Look, Miss R, you always want to talk to Miss R. Let me talk. Girl said, okay, dang. You know, and I didn't even. No talking to me like that. Okay, baby, just write your thing. Thank you, boo. Ain't nobody said that to you, but you know, it was just heartbreaking. Miss R cannot talk to you right now. Okay. Okay, thank you. You cannot, y'all. We just can't any longer allow this to fall by the wayside. We can no longer ignore sometimes the things that we see. The things that we see, we cannot ignore them. Any little sign of that domestic abuse could occur, or that you can see it boiling up, we have to step in the middle if we can. She said, "Don't talk to my baby." She is a trip. Never said that. You and Miss R said that. What? Don't say that. That's my baby. Miss R ain't your baby. Girl, I ain't gonna never be able to finish this. I ain't gonna call your name no more, Miss R, because every time I call your name, she try to take over the line talking to you. I swear. No. You're not. You know, y'all, we just have to step in and do our best to do what we can to try to save these babies. And like I said, and ourselves. We just all have to start loving ourselves enough to know when it's time to throw in the towel. Hey, Miss LaHope, yes, we have to, y'all. We have to throw in the towel. We got to just stop. At some point, we have to stop. We have to stop allowing people to consume us so much in love that we lose ourselves in them. And that it's not that we think it's okay for them to put their hands on us. We got to understand that once it happens one time, we need to leave the first time. We have to understand that there's no fixing that. There's no fixing that. We can't fix that. Mom. Stop trying to fix things that can't be fixed, because if he hit you one time, he will hit you again. Even if he go months, he going to hit you again. We have to understand that it will happen again. It will happen again. And he can say he love you all, and he may have some form of love for you, but it ain't the kind that you deserve. So let him keep it. Let him keep that mediocre behind love that come with a hit every time that he feel like you're not conforming to who he wants you to be. I lost my niece the same way as Miss Garth. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. My sincere condolences go out to you and your family. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. I watched my mama go through it. And it's something that as her child, even in my age now, I still have dreams about it. So it doesn't just affect the mom or the auntie or that's going through it. It affects the children that are around, or the people that are around, and they're watching it. And like I said, I brought it into my adulthood. My husband can't even get a little elevator without me getting ready to put my dukes up. I'm on my stance. Because I refuse to make you think that you can put your hands on me. And like I said, that's nowhere near his mind. But because of that turmoil that I watched her endure, I don't understand that that's not in his mind. I just believe, okay, this man did this to her. Who am I? That was my mama. So if a person will do that to her, I'm not above her. So like I said, but this new society push that toxic behavior. They push it. Oh yeah, he jumped on her. I've seen people even record it, y'all. And I've seen like men, they could be around recording it. And they won't even jump in to stop it. They rather pull out their phones and record a man beating up a woman. Oh, she got smart out her mouth. Or oh, she was cheating on him. And so what? You'll sit around and record that. The men from back in my day, if they catch that happening, they gonna jump in the middle of it. They gonna beat that man down. You're not gonna put your hands on no woman. I don't care what she did. You're not gonna put your hands on no woman. I don't play men hitting women, but now some men, it is some left. I ain't gonna say all of them, but the ones that I've seen around, like they don't even have the masculinity to step up and say, even if it's a total stranger, you don't put your hands on no woman. They'll pull out their phone and record a woman get beat down in the street by her man for clicks and views. Like, y'all, it just can't. At some point, it has to stop. At some point, we have to stop minimizing stuff that needs to be maximized. Okay? Domestic violence needs to be maximized. It does not need to be one of those things that we push to the side like it's not that serious. Oh, he didn't. Oh, he didn't draw blood from her, so it's not that serious. Oh, he didn't leave a bruise, so it's not that serious. Yes, it is, because he put his hands on her, so it's serious. I don't care how he did it. Even if he shoved in the forehead, keep your hands to yourself. That's not your child. When y'all start making a little thing serious that these men eat, even the women that are abused, and in my mind, I'm thinking a lot of women that are abusers came from seeing their mamas be abused. And that's in my opinion, because I can't say for 100%. Either they gonna turn out to be the one that does the abusing, or they're gonna be like me, always on defense. On with that, I wish a ninja would type mentality. I wish a ninja would. I'm gonna go from 0 to 1,000, and I'm gonna overreact real, real bad. Just because you done got way too much. That I'm like, don't even come in my personal space if we having an argument. Don't get too close, because now I feel threatened. And or like I said, or they're gonna be the one doing the abusing, or they're gonna do the same thing. And I think that that's how a man is supposed to love them. And they're gonna let a man put their hands on them because that's how they saw their mama being what they thought was loved. So they're gonna let that demon in their home. Oh, my mama survived it, baby. You may not. You may not survive it. It may take your life from you. Because even outside of weapons, people can literally beat you to death with their hands. This subject is very, very, very emotional, and it's very heartbreaking. Too many women are at the cemetery because of impulsive, narcissistic, cowardly men. And unfortunately, like I said, we're in society sometimes that we can't even look to men to protect us anymore, because they rather pick up their phones and they rather record it. So as women, we have to stand together. We have to stand up, stand firm for one another. And even like I said, even when it's your daughters, I don't care. They ain't no stay out of her business. Don't stay out of her business. If he do it, you call the police. She'll come around one day. Even if she mad at you, let her be mad. She'll come around one day and she'll thank you, because you just might save her life. And that's for your aunties, your cousins, your nieces, your grandchildren. Save their life by any means necessary. Tough love has to be inserted in those type of situations, because we have seen that you can love somebody more than you love yourself. We know that firsthand. So when I see that you loving somebody more than you love yourself, it's time for me to step in. I don't care what you say. I don't care how grown you is. You'll never be growner than me. And even if you is growner than me, I'm gonna still do all I can to protect you. You love him. I don't. I love him as God tell me to love him, but I put him in jail. Is either in jail or kicking up daisies. You choose one. He put his hands on me around. You put your hands on you around me. It's one of those two. It ain't no just, oh, I'm just gonna stay here and let it happen. Because I know, oh, you gonna go back to him. Oh well. If you gonna choose to go back to him, then you gonna have to do that on your own time. But the night he going to jail. Or he gonna meet his maker. One or the other. Because he not gonna put his hands on you around me. It's just so sad, y'all. It's heartbreaking, and I just wanted to come on and talk about it a little bit. I was hoping, we can have an open discussion. Other people will get their opinion. We can have like an open back and forth dialogue. Um, but if anybody want to have the conversation, open dialogue about it, I'm very, very open to it. But I can only, like I said, speak from a child of a mother who was abused. But I know it's a lot of women who are actually the victims of domestic violence. And if you want to talk and tell your story on the panel, or anything like that, I'm here and I'm open to it. If it can help you heal, this is a no judgment zone. Let's heal each other. You know, because with healing comes power. And know that you didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't deserve nobody to put their hands on you. I don't care what you did. Everything he said, you're the reverse of it. If he said you ugly, you're beautiful. If he said you're overweight, no, you're not. You're just how God intended you to be. You're perfect in God's image. And if you perfect to someone who's unflawed, why you care what you are to somebody that's totally flawed? Because we all humanly are flawed. So if somebody unflawed think that you're perfect, which is God, that's all that matters. What earthly people think about you mean nothing. So I'm going to end this live by saying rest in peace to Alexis Garth. And my prayers are with her mom, Miss Garth. I pray that God heals your heart, as much as possible. I'm sending abundance of prayers of comfort to you and your family, to her baby girls. I just pray that God can ease your heart. And I pray that justice will be served to the max of what can be done here on earth. Because understand, he will get his remaining punishment in his afterlife. But God will fix it. God will punish him. And again, my heart goes out to the Garth family. Y'all, may y'all today be better than yesterday. May your tomorrow be better than today. And y'all just know every day that you get up, you're one step closer to your season. And you are all worthy. You are all worthy. Yes, ma'am. Peace be still. You are all worthy, okay? And God loves you. People here love you, but God loves you best. So see yourself how God see you. Y'all have a good night.